Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of our SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode. I am your host, Kane Drago. Pardon me. We have booked our show. Yes, the world champion is in the opening match because William Regal is also in it. Here we go. Boom. Undertaker gets his win. Regal gets a win to kick him off, and Hogan gets a win. Chavo Guerrero continues to beat Chris Jericho, which at this point is fine with me because that just means I'll be using Chavo for something, and then Jericho might go into another job feud with Regal towards WrestleMania. Since Trish won the belt, so she got the win bonus last week, plus the +3 for the title, I put her, and I knew she was just going to win, so she'd be fresh on the win-loss record. Put her as a sacrificial lamb this week to get the other three a win back. Christian wins a fatal four-way with Haas, Benjamin, and Kane. Eddie Guerrero officially back from injury. He did have one title match, but he was still injured. Back to 100% and defeats The Rock. And Randy Orton is the new Intercontinental Champion. Bitter rivals. SmackDown wins again, but that's what it is. Oh, pulled out a victory. I thought it said pulled out, like as in he got in like an injury angle. I was like, I didn't think this game was that fancy. Rock and Eddie's up to 10 weeks. Undertaker Benoit's done. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Benoit with Hogan, because that's just started, and I didn't even really want to start that. It was just a random match because they were the only guys left. And I'm going to probably put Undertaker with Chavo so that there's a couple weeks before WrestleMania to actually have it established. Losing every week, title shot, losing every week. No. Not now that he's built himself up, I'm not getting rid of him. 5 weeks, and we're already in March. Let me check the calendar. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that I shouldn't need to re-sign anybody for the rest of the game now. Jericho's pissed about losing, which I give less than a crap about at this point. Fatigues are finally down, which is good. Hogan wants a title shot, and Edge and Benjamin are sad about losing. So here's what we're going to do. Rivalry in place of a match. For Kane and Shelton. And rivalry in place of a match. For, who was the other one? Edge. Edge and Michaels. I think it was Edge. Let me double check. Yeah, Edge. And Hogan just wants a title shot, which is perfect because he's going to get one. Because he's starting a new rivalry, which happens to be with the WWE Champion. So, match 1. Now that I've covered the rivalries, 1-on-3 handicap match. Chris Jericho. Edge, Shelton, and Regal. We're going to give Chavo a chance to break out. Because we are going to go John Cena, Chavo Guerrero, Randy Orton, Intercontinental Championship. We're going to have a tag team match. Normal rules. Kane and Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels and The Rock. Since those two rivalries are not in effect this show. Match 3, singles match. Christian. You know what? I'm going to put that one. Okay, you can afford to take one more loss. And I'll just have to make sure she's in a handicap match next week. I know I should probably have them in rivalries, but building their popularity has already gotten them to 3-star matches, so I'd rather just do that at this point with it this close to the end. Is The Undertaker not booked? He's not. Well then. Let's make this a fatal 4-way match. John Cena, Chavo Guerrero, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. And Chavo may just be getting bumped up the card in a second if he wins this, because he'll be the Intercontinental Champion, and he's going to be most likely going into a rivalry with The Undertaker. But he's definitely going to be going into a rivalry with somebody. And just a straight up match to round out the card. Charlie Haas versus Christian. Let's book the show. Edge, Benjamin get their win, and Regal builds momentum to set up his high importance rivalry with Jericho leading into WrestleMania. Just only going to be there to make the handicap matches mean more. Christian beats Charlie Haas. The women, the challenging women get the win. Rock and Michaels beat Kane and Eddie Guerrero. Undertaker is the new Intercontinental Champion, and Hollywood Hogan is the new WWE Champion. SmackDown plus 10,000. That's totally fine. Apparently Jericho's no longer mad. Apparently he's actually just gotten to the point, either my contract re-signing, if I did it for him recently, did something, or he's just dropped to the point that he doesn't care anymore. I'm not sure which. Kane's been losing every week. I thought you won this week. No, because you weren't the one in a handicap match. We have a solid roster. Most of our roster is in the 60s. Well, actually, most is in the 70s and up. So that's still good. I wonder if I should hold that until WrestleMania and then blow it. Try to help me win. I think I might. Wow, that's 12 weeks and it's not done yet. Okay, so I know what the plan for this is. Rivalry in place of a match. Eddie and Rock. Rivalry in place of a match. Orton and Cena. Main event. Tornado tag. Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit. No, against John Cena and The Rock. Or with John Cena and The Rock, rather. We'll do another tag team match. Randy Orton and Eddie Guerrero against Chris Benoit and Hulk Hogan, who have to be partners this time. Match 3, we'll do another tag team match. We'll do Kane. No, you know what? Let's do this. Singles match. Chavo Guerrero versus The Undertaker for the Intercontinental title. Then we're going to do another tag match. I'm going to go Christian. We'll go Christian and Kane. Christian and Kane versus Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. I actually didn't even switch Kane and Charlie Haas on purpose for the tag team thing. I just noticed it as I was doing it. I just put Kane and Christian because I envision as much as there's faces and heels in my head in this game more than anything, because they don't actually show it that Haas and Benjamin are faces, even though they're separate from each other. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to do a singles match between Trish Stratus and Tori Wilson for the women's title. And then we're going to do Lita versus Stacy. Because even if it's only a 2-week or something rivalry, I am going to put them in a rivalry in time for WrestleMania. Because I want as much going on as I can get. So here we go. Stacy Keibler gets the win. Tori Wilson is the new women's champion. Christian and Kane get their win. Kane gets his win, which is fine. Undertaker retains against Chavo. Randy Orton defeats Eddie Guerrero defeat Hollywood Hogan and Benoit. They just couldn't coexist. And Shawn Michaels and The Rock beat Edge and John Cena. And change. I won this week by 10,000, which is great. Let's take a look at the reports. 2 stars, 2 stars, 2.5, 3, 5 stars, and 4 stars. And for us, 2.5, 3, 3, 2.5. That one's slightly lower because they're the 2 lowest popularity women, and one of them's below 70. But look at that solid 2.5 and 3 stars both. 3 stars for the tag match, 3.5, 4, and 4. I'm currently winning by 470,000. No, by 430,000. Learn how to read. He's upset about losing. Upset about losing. Title shot for Eddie, that's no problem. Title shot's no problem. And upset about losing. So who do we need to worry about? So Eddie and John Cena want title shots. So let's do this. Let's do a triple threat match. Hogan, I believe, is the WWE champion right now. So let's do a fatal 4-way because he's in a rivalry with... Who is he in a rivalry with? I know he's in one now. Who the hell is it with? Right, Benoit. Isn't Benoit one of the people complaining about losing? Yes. Alright, so you know what we'll do then? We won't put the title on the line. Instead... Well, no, we have to put the title on the line to give them their title shots. So, hopefully Chris wins, I guess. And who was the other one that won the title shot? John Cena. Match 5. Who was upset about losing besides Benoit? Charlie Haas and Trish Stratus. Okay, that's no problem. Actually, let's just do this. Handicap 1 on 3. Tori Wilson. Lita. Stacy Keibler and Trish. And then match 2, I should probably switch those for popularity purposes, but whatever, I don't care. No. Christians with Haas. Regal. And Jericho. Co-main event, we're going to go singles. Yeah, we're going to go singles. Chavo Guerrero versus Undertaker. No, let's go Fatal 4-Way. Chavo Guerrero. Edge. Shawn Michaels. And Undertaker for the Intercontinental title. Match 4 singles. Kane versus Shelton Benjamin. And do I have anyone for Orton to fight? Yes, The Rock and Orton can fight because their rivalries are both held. So let's do that. Of course, Tori Wilson would win. Charlie Haas gets his win. Randy Orton beats The Rock. Shelton Benjamin overcomes Kane. Chavo Guerrero has done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. It took him a couple weeks to adjust to being in the big stage, but he has won his biggest championship to date. And Chris Benoit regains the WWE title and gets the win that he was asking for. Huh? When did you suddenly get pissy? Oh, you just pulled the get mad out of nowhere, did you? Okay. So Rock wants a shot. Benjamin wants a shot. Trish is still mad about losing. Okay. Fine. Well, that's up to 10 weeks now. Let's take a quick look at this. 2 stars, 2.5, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5. 3, 2, 4, 3.5, 4, and 4. Alright, so I'm going to call the episode there. I'm going to pre-book this show like we have been doing. We are about to hit WrestleMania, folks. This is the go-home show before WrestleMania. We'll be back with our with our final episode of this, of 2006 GM Mode, shortly. I'm your host, Kane Drago. Peace out.